Have you noticed storms seem more intense lately? Maybe you found yourself pausing to watch the sky, feeling uneasy as thunder rumbles and lightning flashes more often than you remember from years past. It's not just your imagination. The weather really is changing, and it's happening right before our eyes. Across the globe, weather is getting wilder. Storms are stronger, more unpredictable, and more destructive. We're seeing hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods that break records and leave communities struggling to recover. Hurricanes now intensify overnight, sometimes doubling in strength in just a few hours. Rainfall records that once stood for decades are shattered in a single afternoon, causing flash floods and devastation in places that never expected it. This isn't just a few bad storms, it's a global pattern. From North America to Asia, from Europe to Africa, no region is untouched by these changes. The natural rhythm of our planet is offbeat. Seasons arrive earlier or later than expected, and familiar weather patterns are becoming less predictable. Weather patterns our grandparents relied on are shifting. What was once dependable, like spring rains or gentle autumns, now feels uncertain and unfamiliar. Farmers face droughts and floods, sometimes in the same year, making it harder to grow food and protect their livelihoods. Coastal towns see storm surges pushing farther inland, threatening homes, businesses, and the very land itself. This is happening now, everywhere, affecting people and wildlife alike. No one is immune to these changes, whether you live in a city, a small town, or out in the countryside. The big question, why? What's driving these dramatic changes? What's behind the surge in wild weather that's reshaping our world? Scientists worldwide have been searching for answers, from drilling deep into ancient ice in Antarctica, to launching weather balloons high into the atmosphere, and even studying tree rings and ocean sediments for clues. Their evidence points to a single, powerful driver, a change in the very air we breathe. Human activity is altering the atmosphere, and the effects are rippling across the globe. This is a story about energy, warmth, and the delicate balance of our world, a balance that is now tipping, with consequences for every living thing on Earth. To truly understand why storms are becoming wilder and more intense, we first need to talk about a key player in our atmosphere, carbon dioxide, or CO2. This invisible gas is released in huge quantities every day, especially from factories, power plants, and vehicles burning fossil fuels. But why does it matter so much? Imagine Earth wrapped in a delicate, invisible blanket, our atmosphere. This blanket is made up of different gases, each playing a unique role in keeping our planet comfortable and safe for life. Gases, like CO2, act much like the glass walls of a greenhouse. They let sunlight in, warming the planet's surface, but then trap some of that heat, preventing it from escaping back into space. This process is called the greenhouse effect. For thousands of years, this natural greenhouse effect kept Earth's temperature just right, allowing forests to thrive, rivers to flow, and ecosystems to flourish. CO2 levels were balanced by plants, oceans, and natural cycles. But everything changed when humans began burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas, on a massive scale. These activities have released billions of tons of extra CO2 into the air, far more than nature can absorb. As a result, our atmospheric blanket has thickened, trapping more and more heat around the planet. The more CO2 we add, the less heat escapes, and the warmer our world becomes. Even a small increase in global temperature can have enormous consequences. Glaciers melt, sea levels rise, droughts and floods become more common, and entire ecosystems are thrown out of balance. This extra warmth is like energy being pumped directly into our planet's weather system, making it more unstable and unpredictable. Think of it like turning up the heat under a pot of water. At first, the water just gets warmer, but eventually, it starts to bubble and boil over. That's what's happening to our weather. The extra energy doesn't just disappear, it fuels bigger, more powerful storms, hurricanes, and cyclones, making them more destructive than ever before. More heat in the atmosphere means more moisture, stronger winds, and more dangerous weather events that can devastate communities. The connection is clear and direct. As CO2 levels rise, so does the planet's temperature, leading to wilder, more extreme storms and unpredictable weather patterns. Our choices and actions are changing the very system that keeps our planet in balance. The future of our climate, and the safety of generations to come, depends on what we do next. Most of this extra heat ends up in our oceans. About 90% of it. Oceans act as giant heat sponges, and warm water is the main fuel for hurricanes. Hurricanes are like engines powered by warm, moist air rising from the sea. The warmer the water, the more fuel for these storms. Now, oceans are warmer and deeper with heat than ever before. This means storms can form more easily and intensify much faster. A storm that once stayed mild can now explode into a Category 4 or 5 monster. Hurricane season is longer, with storms forming earlier and lasting later. The threat to coastal communities grows as the window for dangerous storms widens. Warmer oceans mean more powerful, longer-lasting storms. The connection is clear. A warmer planet creates supercharged storms. Scientists see a clear link between rising CO2 and more intense hurricanes. As CO2 rises, oceans warm, fueling stronger storms. The biggest change? More Category 4 and 5 hurricanes. Storms that flatten buildings and devastate communities. Warmer water and air means storms can rapidly intensify, sometimes overnight. This makes forecasting and preparation much harder. Warmer air holds more moisture, so storms bring not just wind, but record-breaking rain and flooding. The result? Double threats: extreme wind and extreme rain. Data shows CO2 and major hurricane frequency rising together. While the total number of storms may not change much, the most destructive ones are becoming more common. We're loading the dice, making catastrophic storms more likely every year. Our changing climate is rewriting the rules for hurricanes. In the past decade, we've witnessed a dramatic escalation in the frequency and intensity of superstorms. These events are no longer rare anomalies. They are becoming a regular part of our lives, leaving behind a trail of destruction and heartbreak. Recent years have shown us the real impact of these changes, as communities across the globe struggle to recover from one catastrophic storm after another. Take Hurricane Harvey, for example. In 2017, it dumped over 60 inches of rain on Texas, shattering all previous records. The unprecedented flooding, fueled by exceptionally warm Gulf waters, turned entire neighborhoods into lakes, displacing thousands of families and causing billions in damages. The scale of devastation was unlike anything the region had ever seen. Just weeks later, Hurricane Irma swept through the Caribbean and Florida, maintaining Category 5 strength for a record 37 hours. The storm's relentless winds and rain left a path of destruction across multiple islands and states, flattening homes and uprooting lives. Irma's power was a stark reminder of how quickly these storms can escalate. Then came Hurricane Maria, which struck Puerto Rico with ferocity, causing a humanitarian crisis and record rainfall. The island's infrastructure was crippled, and recovery efforts stretched on for months. Scientists agree that climate change made Maria's intensity and rainfall far more likely, highlighting the growing risks we all face. In 2019, Hurricane Dorian stalled over the Bahamas as a Category 5, unleashing relentless winds and a massive storm surge that wiped out entire communities. The storm's slow movement meant prolonged devastation, with families trapped and desperate for help as the disaster unfolded hour after hour. More recently, Hurricane Ida made landfall in Louisiana, then traveled north, causing deadly floods in New York and New Jersey. The storm's reach was vast, impacting millions and revealing just how interconnected and vulnerable our cities have become. Each of these storms is a case study in the destructive power of a warming world. They show us in real time how rising temperatures are fueling stronger, wetter, and more unpredictable hurricanes. These aren't distant warnings or abstract predictions. They're happening right now, affecting real people and real communities. The pattern is clear. Storms are becoming stronger, wetter, and slower moving, increasing the risk of catastrophic flooding and prolonged damage. This is our new reality, shaped by a changing climate. The era of superstorms has already begun, and how we respond now will determine the future for generations to come. What does the future hold? Let's look at the Gulf of Mexico, a hurricane hotspot. By 2040, models predict even warmer waters, providing more fuel for storms. Rapid intensification could become common, with storms jumping from tropical to major hurricane in less than a day. Slower-moving storms will dump more rain, making Harvey-like floods far more frequent. Rising sea levels mean storm surges will push water further inland, flooding areas once considered safe. Infrastructure will be strained, and new flood zones will emerge. The Gulf's future is a warning. If trends continue, superstorms will be the new norm. We must act now to change this trajectory. The impact of superstorms goes far beyond immediate destruction. Power outages can last weeks, crippling regions and endangering vulnerable people. The economic cost of rebuilding is massive, sometimes hundreds of billions per storm. Natural habitats, marshes, forests, coral reefs are destroyed, making future storms even more dangerous. Communities are displaced, lives upended, and recovery can take years or never fully happen. The ripple effects hit food supplies, global commerce, and energy infrastructure. Fisheries and shipping are disrupted, affecting jobs and prices far beyond the storm zone. The scars left by these storms are deep, on landscapes, economies, and people. Our interconnected world means no one is immune to the consequences. The challenge is huge, but we're not powerless. The key is cutting CO2 emissions, shifting from fossil fuels to clean energy like solar and wind. Governments and corporations must invest in green technology and sustainable policies. We need modern infrastructure, efficient transit, and protection for forests and wetlands. But individual choices matter too. Use less energy, choose sustainable products, reduce waste, and support clean energy. Every action adds up. We also need to adapt, build stronger infrastructure, restore natural defenses, and improve early warning systems. Preparing for stronger storms is as important as preventing them. By acting together, we can slow climate change and protect our future. The power to change the story is in our hands. We've explored how warming fuels monster storms and what the future could hold. The evidence is clear. Our choices matter. This isn't just a scientific issue. It's about our lives, our communities, and future generations. The path forward requires commitment, innovation, and global cooperation. Now, it's your turn. What do you think? Are stronger storms enough reason to change how we live and power our world? What role should individuals, communities, and governments play? Let's talk about the solutions and the kind of world we want to create.